Howdy ho, everybody. I am Donut, and I am here with my fiance.
That's right.
I've seen South Park Season 20-something.
I watch it blinds.
This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, you can get the fuck right out of here. This is the finale of Season 7. It is Episode 15, Christmas Time. Just Christmas in Canada? Question mark? There's two separate titles for this. It's
Okay.
Christmas in Canada or Christmas in Canada? Question mark. So I'll give you both.
Okay. I mean, the main thrust of it seems pretty obvious. Christmas in Canada.
Sure. I will say, I do not know what happens in this episode in any way.
Oh, no.
I do not remember it at all. Based on the title, no. I remember literally zero. I would say the Cherokee Hair Terrapons is the only other episode where I have been as clueless as to what the episode was. And that one, I'm pretty sure I didn't even see ever. I think that was the only South Park episode I've never actually seen.
Okay.
The Cherokee Hair Tampons one.
Huh.
This one I feel like I had to have seen, but I don't remember.
Right.
I mean, based on the episode, I haven't looked at anything, like my trivia or anything. I want to go into this one as blind as you.
I imagine this one had a lot of votes.
Yeah, it actually had a lot of votes because Canada.
Of course.
Yeah.
And Christmas.
Yeah. Again, we are recording this one as well on December 20th.
Yeah.
So,
Based-
and it's been a long time. We both live in Canada. Oh, you
Yeah.
are Canadian. I am living up here with you because
Right.
it's coronavirus and I've been up here for like a year.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. But yeah, so you're Canadian. I am American, but I'm trying to become Canadian.
I'm hoping that this is going to be, of course, like reflective of what Christmas actually is like in Canada.
Of course, a lot of mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. Hockey, moose, farting.
All right, let's get into it.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah, did you have a prediction?
I did say the prediction.
Right, yeah, give me the prediction.
I think it is going to be a Terrence and Phillip do a Christmas special, and everyone goes, "What was that?" Like it's gonna be real weird. And then we're going to cut to Terrence and Phillip, and the joke is going to be, "This is actually what Christmas is like in Canada." I don't know if the boys are going to be involved at all. Like I'm hoping it is an all set in Canada episode.
Give me a guess. Gotta pick one.
Okay. It is 100% a Terrence and Phillip only, or like a Canada only episode.
Okay.
There might be a framing device. The framing device might be, we're doing the Christmas special, and everyone's like, what the fuck was that?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Again, I have no idea either.
Oh boy.
So, what would you rate this not Christmas adventure?
Oh boy. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, I will give it an 8 out of 10 because the Saddam stuff is so bad.
Yeah.
They just will not acknowledge they do so much with him, but there's no continuity at all.
It's so wild. Like, that's definitely the markdown for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, if we had built it up a little more, or if he had a line where he was like, yeah, I came down from heaven or something.
Anything. Like, this is like, okay, we needed something between him being in heaven and him being down on Earth in the Christopher Reeves Legion of Doom thing.
Yeah. Because
Like-
he is canonically on Earth.
He's canonically on Earth, but there's no reason why he should be. The last thing we saw him doing was building bombs up in heaven.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I hate it. But yeah, there's some stuff that just feels like a big cop-out to me.
Yeah.
Like, Saddam Hussein, Kenny dying feels like a cop-out. Like, they did nothing with him the entire season and then kill him off at the end like that's what we were doing! No, you weren't! Like, if they just had Kenny be a character throughout the whole season and then also did a killing thing at the end, that would have been fine,
That would have been funny.
Because then it's also like is he going to come back next season thing? Like,
Or, I mean, if he had done stuff in this episode, I could have taken it as he wasn't doing anything for the whole season because he knew if he was a character he would die.
I mean, to be fair, he did have a couple more lines this,
True.
episode. Maybe that is, the thing. But like, it's so loose.
It's so loose,
It's
yeah.
a huge stretch.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I know the only reason they had him say the lines that the episode was because they were gonna kill him off. Like,
Yeah.
that is, It's not like that was the joke. It is they knew that it would mean nothing if they didn't at least have him say something in the episode.
Right.
And, like, acknowledge, hey, you guys remember, like, 2 years ago my thing was that I died?
Yeah.
Because, to be fair, at the time of watching this would have been, like, a little bit over 2 years from the last time
Right.
Kenny has done a Kenny dies every season. But yeah, I think other than that stuff, the episode was extremely hilarious. It's, you know, it's the classic, like,
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Also, like, you know, it's just doing a Christmas adventure while they're entirely saying, like, we don't want to miss a Christmas adventure.
Yeah.
So, talk about the Canada stuff. Like, you know, I can't talk about any of that stuff, so you just talk about the Canada stuff.
So the One Road thing is definitely a reference to the Trans-Canada Highway, which does go from one side to the other. Like it is like the one road. In the same way that there's like one railway, I believe, in America that does go from the west coast to the east coast.
Yeah, there's also the one highway that goes a lot, not like from one side to the other, but like I believe Route 66.
I believe it's 66, yeah. But yeah, there are a lot of things where it's like they didn't have a lot of time to really dig into a lot, but yeah, French Canada's kind of like that.
Sure.
Newfies are the Hicks of Canada.
Okay.
If you really squint, you can hear sort of a Newfie accent there, but
it kind of just went into like their like regular Canadian accent.
Yeah.
Like like I don't know what is there a word for that, like the common accent of a place where like America does, you know, there is like the, you know, you think like you don't have an accent or anything like that, but there is like a neutral tone accent, which is like, you know, sort of like what they're trying to go for. Like the Newfies sort of slipped into that a lot.
Yeah, whereas the French Canadians didn't as much because they were going really hard for the, you know, very French accent.
Yeah, like there's not like there's no many jokes I could like point out. But it's just the whole episode is just so funny from start to finish. Yeah, just because of how fancy like they treat Canada and all that. And,
like this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah,
it is just this is a bizarre parallel world,
and like it, you know, giving more lore about Canada as well. Like you have all the head shapes and everything like that. Like
you got the buildings,
the wheels and the cars. Like some stuff we've seen before, but just getting to see it all.
The bicycle was so powerful.
I think the head shapes are like my favorite part. Like, seeing like not everyone, because like we've had Scott, but he's like the only one who had like a different sort of head shape.
Yeah, everyone else mostly had like just the round shape.
Yeah.
But I think the more angular shapes are very striking. Like I like that honestly any visual medium.
How do you feel about like having Scott this episode? We don't get any Terrence and Phillip at all.
Honestly, really happy. Like, I'm glad we can do a Canadian episode without Terrence and Phillip. I assumed we were going to just because, you know, they are the most prominent Canadians.
Not even like a reference to him in any way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that because if they did, I would probably not like it as much because I would feel like they would just do like no amount of Terrence and Phillip they could do would make them be like, you know, oh, it felt like they were going to do a lot more with that. Yeah. So, like, I think not doing any is the right choice.
Yeah.
And like, but having Scott there is great because it is like that is like having Terrence and Phillip there.
Yeah, and it does establish Scott as being like the villain of Canada.
Yeah, I mean, and again, first time we ever see Scott is Scott working with Saddam Hussein and everything. Yeah, so yeah, it makes sense. It fits. And Scott's a great character.
I do like the Ike connection. Like, they rarely ever bring up the fact that Ike is Canadian. Like, they do it, you know, like once a season or so. Which I think is the right amount. It isn't a hard, like, that's not Ike's character. Ike's character is that he is the really smart, really small kid.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure really smart, but, like, he is really smart in some way.
I'd say it's more like he's very preppy. Yeah?
He's very preppy. He's very, like, book smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I like, you know, tying Ike into it, even if it wasn't like a whole lot there or anything like that. It was, you know, nice enough to have. The beginning of the episode is a bit slow.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's why I give it 8 out of 10 as well. Like, the beginning of the episode, bit slow. Not like too much funny going on with like the parents and the like around the South Park town and everything like that.
Yeah, I think they could have cut it in half and not really lost anything. Like, we didn't need much more. We just needed the ramp up to, hey, Ike is not here, and also like all the other boys are invested because they're not going to get Christmas presents. Yeah, like that's a strong hook. I like it. Yeah, it's a strong hook, and they could have done it even quicker, I think. Yeah, like. But to be fair, there's not anything that I'm like, you know, oh, that should have been, you know, stretched out or anything like that. So, like, I'm fine with it. The City Walk stuff. Oh, Shitty Airlines is so good.
I love shitty airlines. Like the shitty puns is so it's always great, and the just seeing him jump out of the fucking like he's so. Kim is such a weird character. Like, it's so unconnected to anything. It's not like, we can tie into it because it's a parent or it's like, it's the mayor. Like, their job, like, as this, like, did you have any idea why we were just cutting to City Walk suddenly for no reason? Seemingly?
I thought he was going to be the B-plot. Like, I thought he was going to have a separate thing throughout the episode about how no one's coming to City Walk.
Okay.
I completely did not tie it into the, we need to get to Canada thing.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But, like, it's so self-contained, so isolated. I mean, even where it is in the town, it's so isolated. It's in the middle of, like, there's no buildings near it.
And this does tie the most, I think, to when they had Kim, like, build the Great Wall around South Park. Like, he is also the guy who just does other stuff. He has, like, odd jobs.
Yeah. I think that is. He's, like, jack of all trades. He is just, like... He is everybody, You you need something, he'll just be like, yep, that's me. I'm shitty construction.
It's so perfect.
Yeah. I mean, because it fits with everything, too. Just shitty whatever, shitty this, shitty that.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Also, they're like nobody eats Chinese food during Christmas. That's a real,
That's bizarre.
Early 2000s. Like, I mean, I'm saying that because, like, if you have the internet, like, that is the number one. That's like, KFC, Chinese food, and like McDonald's as well. McDonald's sells an insane amount of stuff for Christmas. Pizza places do insanely well during Christmas.
Yeah, like it is.
It's different from like Thanksgiving or something where it's not like there's you have the Christmas ham or something like that, but like. It's not something where people are like, oh, you gotta have your Christmas dinner. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many times where even my family has just been like, yeah, we're doing Christmas and then we'll go eat a Christmas breakfast at somewhere. But, like, dinner is like, get fucking Chinese food. Get something that's not going to be, you don't have to make, Yeah.
And I guess this might be mostly a, like, California, New York thing. But I constantly hear, like, on any podcast, the Jewish people are always like, yeah, that is the Christmas thing, is you go to a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, that is a Christmas tradition for a bunch of people.
Yeah, specifically, Jewish people as well. Like, Chinese food during Christmas is a very Jewish thing.
Yeah.
Like, just noodles as well. Any kind of noodles.
God, I love the haggling scene. I love the implication that, yes, $62 is more than he was expecting.
Yeah. I mean... I can say when you see that plane, yeah. They paid him the money and then we're not even going to get on the plane. Yeah. So he almost made out bank.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the $62 is probably covering him buying another plane every time he does this.
Fair. That is such... Even if the plane hadn't crashed, it's like 2 hours to get there, 2 hours to come back. It's so much time for $62.
And it was from nighttime to daytime.
Yeah. Which I guess did actually eat into a lot of their time.
Yeah.
Like, they did fall asleep.
I love the joke of it just like, we see them all sleep in the back, and we slowly pan up to see Kim sleeping.
Perfect joke.
Kim is just, I can't, like, place it. He feels so weird as a character, where they will just, he feels like a one of the boys. Where, like, we can just cut to him, and you just think, like, I guess this is just gonna be a B-plot. Like, there's no reason why we should just be randomly cutting to this strange man and doing a B-plot with him. But he's so weird and so eccentric that you can just throw him into anything in the middle of an episode, have it be tied into nothing else. That doesn't come back in any way, and it's still so fine by itself, because it just, no matter what he does, you go, yeah, that probably is what Kim would do.
I do like the continuity of the Canadians ever since the movie expecting another invasion.
Yeah.
Like, it's come up before as well.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, well, to be fair, they were the ones bombing America first. Like, they were bombing the celebrity houses and everything.
Right.
But, I get what you mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to say about, like, the episodes. I love the Parliament House just being, like, right on the river.
Yeah. And honestly, it is a cool aesthetic to have it be in Canada during Christmas. It is not snowy at all. Because it does create a strong contrast from Colorado, where it is always snowy.
Yeah, it wasn't until you said that I was like, oh yeah, why did they do that? But it doesn't, they probably made the conscious choice of, like, it's not going to feel like if they're out of Colorado if they're just going to another snowy place. So, yeah.
And I like it. Like, we can do a snowy Canada some other time. I think this really hammered home the Wizard of Oz vibe.
I will say, even in like the video games, Canada is all like super green.
Okay.
There's no snow anywhere. It's very, very like it is supposed to be like the wilderness.
Right.
Like, you're going from like the city, you're going from Kansas to this fantasy place. Which, even if Kansas is extremely rural, like the most rural fucking place in America, going to Wizard of Oz felt like she was going to a wilderness rural place to her. And like that is the vibe they're going for.
Right. Yeah, I can see it.
Which is, I never thought about that until I just had to explain that right now. But Wizard of Oz is really weird that they do that. Like, that is kind of the thing. Like, going from this extremely rural place to an even more rural place because it's like an isekai.
Yeah. Like, it does have that isekai energy of, like, Dorothy doesn't have to, like, gain something special or, like, learn anything, really. It is her inherent, like, the way she is. This is a world where, by being herself, she can, like, draw people to her and accomplish goals and stuff.
Yeah. Which is kind of like what they, were doing here. Not as much, but that's kind of the idea.
I do also appreciate that the three guys we have in this episode are not like we didn't have to align them with like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion. That's so played out.
Yeah, it's so like they could have made this so much heavier on a Wizard of Oz thing, but like the fact that it's so light is nice.
Yeah, it makes it feel way more distinct.
Yeah, and then like their shticks are like we do it 3 times, as we said, never more. Well, anytime's out. Like you can do a joke more than 3 times. South Park cannot do a joke more than 3 times.
Yeah,
they ruin it every time. So 3 is their max. We got the jokes 3 times.
Yeah,
it was enough.
It was good.
It was good. Yeah, that's it for this episode. I'll look at the trivia.
Yeah, please. I can also understand why you didn't remember this episode as It's Christmas in Canada or Christmas in Canada.
Yeah.
Because the real, like, Christmas imagery is, like, in the last minutes.
Yeah, I definitely would have, once the Ike thing started happening, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what this episode was. Like, yeah, I definitely do not remember this as a Christmas thing.
Right.
Or, like, the Cartman and Kyle thing of, like, oh, we're going to do this. Like, that could have been in any one of the we're going to go to another country episodes.
Right.
Like, I would not have, been like, oh, yeah, that was in this episode. Like, even throughout watching this episode, I didn't remember, like, how this one ended just because we do that a lot. So, back in season 1, I can't believe it was actually that long ago, was when Mr. Garrison did the first, like, we had a big Christmas meeting, and Mr. Garrison said, get rid of the Mexicans.
I did remember that. I mean, I guess good on the people of South Park for saying no every time. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a praiseworthy thing, but I guess it is.
Yeah, they're very casual about it, but I mean, it's a show. Oh yeah, this is now the very first Christmas special we have had with no Mr. Hanky.
Oh, no wonder it was a 9 out of 10.
But yeah, no appearance, no mention.
I didn't say it, but early on I was wondering if we were going to get a Canadian Mr. Hanky.
Oh, I think that would actually be a good joke. Like, not having Mr. Hanky, I think made the episode much better.
Yeah.
But that I would have accepted. So, okay, like, it's still a dumb reason to do it, but also, like, the reason why Saddam felt so, like, thrown in there, not very, like, none of the canonical stuff that's going on with Saddam in the show is happening, because, like, again, this is all happening while Saddam is being, like, hunted down and everything, so, like, the reason why they keep popping up is usually everything pops up is when something happens. The reason why he was in this episode was specific because a couple days before this episode was when he was found in the pit and the tent and everything like that.
Okay,
like that was December 13th. So that was, and last episode came out December 10th.
Right.
So this was right in between the 2 episodes. That's why they just threw him in there. I'm going to just spoil you on this one.
Oh.
This is Saddam's last appearance in the show.
What?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
What?
This is the last time he appears.
How?
They just didn't apparently have any more ideas for him.
What?
I don't know, but like
that is insane.
Yeah, it's really disappointing because he is such a huge, strong character.
Yeah.
The first bit of the couple seasons of the show and everything, so strong plot lines. Everybody remembers Saddam. Saddam is a iconic thing of South Park.
Right.
And yeah, this is the last episode.
Like, I was really hoping that around, like, 2009 or so, like, when Bin Laden was caught in real life, I was hoping that would be a We Caught Saddam episode.
Yeah. But no, this is canonically the last thing
That
we
is
know what happens to him.
insane.
Which is weird because we don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's so up in the air and they've done nothing.
There was a weapons of mass destruction factory in heaven for a while, then he was on Earth, then he tried to take over Canada, and
Yeah.
he didn't. That is insane. Because also, this is the last time. I wish we had gotten more. Like, I wish.
It's that's what I'm saying. It's so disappointing.
It really is.
But that happens with a lot of South Park characters where it's like their last appearance is just going out with a whimper.
Right.
Like, yeah. Oh, this episode was nominated for an Emmy, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not sure if I tracked that one. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was Emmy worthy, but it got nominated for an Emmy. So this is Elijah Schneider's last episode as like the voice of the female characters.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Okay.
She left because they weren't paying her enough.
Ah.
Yeah, fair. Because again, like it is Matt and Trey doing the voices for all the boys, and then her doing the voices for like all the girls, and then
Right.
she's getting paid about the same as people who are doing voices for like one character.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
So
oh, man.
Yeah. So Elijah Schneider left, and we're gonna be having like this is when they start like being like, okay, we're just gonna have like multiple voice actors voice, you know, these characters. Like we've already been doing that. Elijah Schneider doesn't voice all the females in this. She voiced like some of them. Like but we had one person voicing all the women. Then we've had two people voicing all the women,
Okay.
more or less. And then now we're up to like a handful of them. Or
Okay.
maybe, I believe. Like Eliza is the one who voiced like Wendy and I believe Cartman's mom and
Okay.
stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I hope they pay people to do them next time.
Yeah. Okay, so this episode did come out, by the way, 5 days before, 5 days before this episode came out. Paul Martin was became the new prime minister of Canada.
Ah, okay.
Couldn't have said that in a more complicated way.
Terrifying.
But you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. No one remembers Paul Martin. He was very nothing prime minister.
Okay.
I mean, it is a strength of South Park that when we got the big head, like in any Wizard of Oz adaptation, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, fake big head. Then we open the curtain, we see who's really there.
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% sure that there would be anyone behind a curtain. That may just be what the Canadian Prime Minister looks like.
That is just South Park. You just like we've seen Moses and stuff. It's like this just might be what it is. Oh yeah, Newfoundland is an island.
Oh, yeah.
Now I know what you mean by how does this work?
Like, I don't know how this road works.
I don't know the shape of Canada or what Canada is like, so I can't say anything.
Because also, it's like northeast from Ottawa. But if there is only one road that goes through all of Canada, I guess you do have to, like, loop around.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. We'll see you guys for Season 8, Episode 1, Good Times with Weapons.
Oh, that could be anything.
See you guys for that. Till then, get the fuck out of here.